to the Daily Digest this Thursday. Okay, like I said at 7:30 this morning, we're going to be looking at the latest development that we had, the outburst of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu yesterday during the campaign, to the effect that he said something to the effect that the directive on the change of currency and the current fuel shortages are targeted at him. Are targeted at him. And my response this morning, you can, of course, we're on YouTube and Facebook Live. You can see the recording. You can see my response. The thrust of my response is that I think you should have been a bit more circumspect in saying such things, because he's attacking the present government, which in any case is his own same party. So, because what it does now is to exhibit divisions within the party. If you are not careful down the line now, you're going to have some who will be loyal to the party, some will be loyal to him. And so the party is getting divided, and you're going into an election in less than 30 days from now, just about 30 days from now. And that also now is going to present a problem for some of the people who are backing him. He also made some inference to the North that it's a grand scheme, something to the effect that it's a grand scheme for the North to retain power and so on and so forth. Remember, he was speaking in Abeokuta in Ogun State, and I suspect that part of the sentiment is to whip up this pro-Yoruba thing that is our turn and we will not allow it to be truncated. And my reaction is that this is not 1993. This is a different scenario altogether. And that any strategy that talks about Yoruba people's turn is faulty, in the sense that Yorubas, have been the biggest beneficiaries of power in this current dispensation. In 26 years, you've had 2-term presidents. You've had Dimeji Bankole was one speaker. Ete was one speaker. In this current dispensation now, you had 2 terms vice president, and you've had 2 terms. Is it 1 term or 2 term? 2 term speaker. So my major fear is not to stoke these embers of, is our turn or not. The Yorubas are known to be fair people, and I don't think that Yoruba sentiment should be allowed to fester. We don't want such divisions. Go into the race with your credentials. You are known all over the country. Some understand you, some don't. You have loads of your fans and so on and so forth. And in any case, my advice also is that, look, if you keep stoking this sentiment, then how do you expect a Ganduje to now go campaign for you in Kano and all your northern whatever? I think that Asiwaju is a big enough candidate to campaign on the national spirit of togetherness. He needs to be properly advised. Unfortunately, it appears people around him, for whatever reason, maybe he has wrong advisors. That's another thing entirely. I think you should have been properly advised in any case from the beginning. But that's my personal opinion, okay? So what do we do now? We want to open up our lines, we'd like you to react to this new scenario. I'm going to do this in a very civil manner. Please, put your thoughts together well. We're going to allow as many people as possible, whether you agree or disagree, just in a calm manner, no insults whatsoever. We'll be very intolerant of any whatever. And then, of course, the rules on the lines apply. 0700 993 for the men and 01465 7190 for the. Incidentally, the women can call what we call the general line. Okay, so you are not exclusive. This other exclusive line is just to provide more comfort for you. And we'll also look at the implications of him, whether you like it or not. Now there will be a bit of a rage. How do the likes of Festus Keyamo, who is a minister in the government and now a spokesperson, they've been put on the spot, whether you like it or not. They'll be put on the spot. I don't understand the inference of the lack of fuel. I don't know how it relates to. I understand the one of the change in currency. That could have been also, like Sharif said this morning, craftily said, he benefited. It was during Buhari's election that the issue of the bullion vans come. But that notwithstanding, in spite of the fact that he benefited from it, we can't continue to have an election where people have bullion vans and so on and so forth. The president also said, and I saw the video went viral this morning, that he's going to lean against any form of violence or oppression. And that has already started, even before the elections. And so my appeal to those I hope these young men outside, out there, I hope they listen to all these things that go on. And if they want to put their life on the line for things like this, it's up to them. But you do need to be careful. Your boss's kids are very well taken care of where they are. And so if you want to waste your own life on that, let everybody be free to cast their votes whichever way they want. We also want to use the opportunity, to politicians, open up the space for. In fact, the truth is this: trying to constrict and close the doors to your opponent to exercise themselves. People always identify with the minority or the oppressed. So sometimes it can be counterproductive when all we see are just your own billboards, your own posters, your own this and your own that. You don't know people's minds. For example, a lot of people are frustrated in these states as far as things like transportation is concerned. But that's not the issue today. I stand with the president on those two issues, by the way. Let me quickly say that. I stand with the president, and I hope he'll be able to pull it through. Because at the end of the day, we are the beneficiaries. And we are the most important. Don't allow any supporters come and tell you otherwise. Whatever intrigues they're playing amongst themselves as politicians, the biggest concern is the will of the people. We must go to the polls on that day feeling confident that there will be no violence and that our votes will count. Anything short of that, we might as well stay at home. And we didn't fight the military to a standstill, only now to be oppressed by our own fellow civilians. That's most of us won't allow that happen, and we shouldn't happen. And so I stand with the president on this. It's very clear. But also, the president's body language in this campaign also is worrying, in the sense that he hasn't been actively campaigning for the candidate. And so these are questions that we need to find out. Why is that so? Is it because he had said that? He said, I think there was a news making the rounds then that he told the governors to let me pick the candidate. What is it that could make the president not decide to support his candidate? Because whether I like it or not, he's his party man, and it's within his rights to campaign for the candidate of his party. And so my advice to the APC is, can you please go back to the drawing board and tidy up all these internal processes? Or else you can't go into the election with a divided house. That is clear. And I hope they take the advice in good faith, because there will be no excuses for anything should they lose. It should be that they shot themselves in the foot. So rather than get critical, rather than throw supporters out to intimidate people and so on and so forth, remember, you don't know the minds of the people, but they're watching. I think that they must have a process to tidy up internally where they can bring out some photo ops or whatever it is to show that, okay, the president, who is the leader of the party, is behind the candidate. It's the least we can ask them to do. So we're going to open up our lines and plead. It's a minute. I heard somebody on Sharif's program this morning. He came out greeting, and then Sharif was trying to prod him. Go straight to the point. For example, people will say, Jimi Disu, how are you? I'm a first-time caller, and half of the minute is gone. And then you now start talking about, I want to comment on this issue. That just go straight to the point. Just say, on this issue, then you go straight to your point so that you're 1 minute, because we will observe the 1 minute rule. This woman here, they send. Let me use language you learn. I know they send. 1 minute, you press the button. So let's go. Take the first caller here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Morning. Good morning. I want to say, I don't think that this whole thing is just mind games. APC will not go against themselves, especially the presidency. It's deception. They just want that impression, but like Bola Tinubu is just doing that impression just to make people feel, to get sympathy from people. But really, if you go down to the foundation of things, they can't go against themselves.
Yeah,
I don't think so. It's a deception. Anything they promise, all the promise they promised in the past, have they fulfilled it? Has Buhari fulfilled it?
okay.
So it's not mind games, I think. All these things, just mind games to try to deceive the people and make them feel that, this is what's happening, just to get their sympathy to vote for him. They are for themselves. They know what they're doing.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, you could be right. It's a theory that is valid. That was Sherry's position too this morning. But I think that if you look at circumstance in the past, like if you look at the president's disposition in public, when they've had things like rallies, even the skit that's making the rounds, and Tinubu kept on shouting Buhari, 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 and he just had a blank face. When the president was here, I didn't see. Maybe he made any speech at the Onekon Cultural Center or at the Blue Line launching. I don't think he made any speech or said anything about it, which is odd because Lagos is the man's constituency. And I thought that he would use that to campaign for him because campaign doesn't have to be at the campaign grounds. I thought that he would use the opportunity to say a few words of encouragement and so on and so forth about the candidate. I didn't see it. I'm not saying he didn't do so, but I didn't see it. I didn't see any video or whatever to show that the president has said this or that. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir. Who's calling?
This is Ade. I'm calling from England.
Oh, okay. Can you just give us a minute to sort out this thing? Hello, can you hear me now? Can you call back, please? I don't know what it is. We had a feedback. Let's pick another line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
This is Malik.
Malik, how are you, sir?
Fine, sir. Sir, sometimes we tend to forget some things. If you can take your mind way back to 2016, 2017,
yes,
I think there was a meeting in Aso Rock that El-Rufai did not allow Tinubu to enter. That he is not member of Governors Forum. If you can remember.
Yes.
That tells a lot. You could win the party ticket. Does not mean that the followers of the party are behind you.
Yes.
I don't know if you understand me. And remember during the APC convention, remember some people shed tears because they were forcefully out of their position, not out of their own will. If you can remember.
Yes.
And you know what that woman said again, that APC members are still aggrieved. Even the former governor, one of the governors from the north, said they're still aggrieved that they've not settled the issues in the party yet. So there's a lot going on underground that we don't know. Before this man could.
Oh, sorry, we missed that. What happened? I'd have loved to extend a little bit for him. Okay, just a second. Hello, morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. It's Ade. I'm calling from England.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so on this issue, I think the first caller said most of what's on my mind.
Yeah.
You see, politicians like to play the victim all the time, even when they know they have things under control. So I don't think this is a non-issue in my own view. I think this whole election is just going to be an big anticlimax at the end of the day. Everything is going to play out the way they want it to play out. So I don't see this as a big issue, to be honest. He's just playing the victim and just to garner reaction. I don't think there's anything that is really going to come out of it. And second of all, Buhari himself, if you watch the man doesn't care about anyone but himself in terms of supporting people. So the fact that he's not campaigning actively for him, I think it's just how the man is. It's just his natural. I mean, his own chief of army staff passed on. He didn't even attend the burial right there in Abuja in the center. So that is how he is. He doesn't. His body is not that will be going jumping around everywhere.
Can I tickle your mind a little bit? Okay, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
How do you think Buhari would have reacted if Oshibajo had won the primaries?
Okay, well, that's a good point.
I don't want to
think
tickle your mind, and be mischievous
Yes, I admit to that. If it had been Oshibajo, I think Buhari would have been a little bit more interested. But
more active.
I don't. Yeah, he will have been just a little bit more interest, or he will have shown a little bit more passion. But still, he still won't be jumping around, supporting, joining everywhere. I don't think Buhari is that kind of person. But yes.
Okay, let me tickle your mind further. Sorry, I'm rushing you.
No, go ahead.
Do you think that the statement that Asiwaju made way back then in Abeokuta, saying publicly that, but for me, Buhari wouldn't have been president. Do you think this could be part of the reaction? Do you think it's a payback?
Well, it's possible because these men they don't forgive and they don't forget. It's possible. Yeah, it's possible, to be honest. But I still think, being a member of his party, I still think it's still in Buhari's best interest that he still allows this man win in his own best interest, being a member of his party. But yes, that will still linger on in his mind. That will still and the mind of his antlers. But I think they'll just allow the man.
Before you go, let me ask again. I like to grab people like you when I can.
That's fine.
Do you think that there is a northern interest? Because there's a veiled reference to the fact that all this is to make sure that a northerner, is in the president's seat in another whenever it is. Do you think also this could be a conspiracy of the North? Do you just think so? I'm not saying it is.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it could be. There was a lady who was sacked from the presidential campaign council, and that woman said so many things. So, if you listen to what she said, you know that there could be. It's very possible that there is some northern interest there. So it's. I mean, you can't always rule that out at the end.
Okay, thank you very much for setting the tone for further discussions. Thank you. I was able to grab you. What's his name again? Bola Ade from the UK. Okay, let's pick another call here. Hello, good morning. Hello. Morning.
Uncle Jimmy, good morning, sir.
Morning. Who's calling?
My name is Dambaba.
Oh, Dambaba, morning. How are you?
Fine, sir. I'm not a supporter of Mr. Tinubu.
Yes.
But I sincerely want to agree with him. He's on point. He's not playing any tricks on us. He is saying the truth, and I will tell you why. First of all, I believe that Tinubu candidature is like a slap to some APC members' face.
Yes.
I believe that a lot of them are not in support of Tinubu.
Yeah, obviously.
I believe that the vice president is not doing anything to help his campaign. Correct me if I am wrong. Then secondly, I was telling somebody the other day that, look, there is no place on earth, no country, that how many days to election that will allow this kind of fuel crisis. To me, it's a deliberate thing.
Okay, wait. Let me quickly take you up on that. How does the fuel crisis affect his fortunes?
Uncle Jimmy, it has affected already now.
How? Tell me how.
His party is a ruling party.
Okay.
They are the one in charge. Everybody believes that they have solved the fuel issue. A party that could not solve issue of fuel crisis.
So, sorry I'm rushing you. We don't have time. So, are you now trying to insinuate that the presidency created this fuel crisis to make the party look bad in the election?
It might not be the presidency. There are a lot of cabal everywhere in this country.
Well, if it was a cabal, he could have stated that. But the direction in which he pointed, is in the presidency. He pointed his finger virtually at the presidency.
Maybe he has his own.
Okay. So, can I also ask you very quickly?
Yes,
the issue of changing currency in which you are given 3 months. How is it targeted at him, if I may ask? I know it will sound like a dumb question, but I want to see if we understand ourselves.
The issue of currency is targeted at all of them, not him alone.
Not him alone. Okay.
He just came out to say his mind.
Okay, fine. No problem. No problem with that. Sorry, if you do call in and I take you on, I like to speed it up so that we can create time for other people. Some of you are not used to speaking on radio. Some of you speak as if you have all the time in the world. But I want as many people as possible to contribute to this discussion. It's 9:23. So I can take only just one more, and there better be 1 minute or we'll cut you off. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is Samuel. I'm calling from the UK.
Yes.
I want to contribute to your program this morning.
Just go on. We don't have that time. Please just go on straight.
Okay. Just like the other last callers mentioned.
Yes.
The impact of the fuel scarcity.
Yes.
Information I'm getting from Nigeria, I'm already getting furious.
Okay.
I want to come back home, and I've been told that when you come back home, you run back to the UK from a colleague. That the first station has gotten so bad.
No. What we are saying is that how is this done to sabotage his own efforts?
Okay, I already placed that on my message and this thing on YouTube, but let me just.
We don't have the time now. I told you to speed up. 1 minute is gone. We need to take a break. Okay. We need to take a break. I will allow you call back, please. I need to take a break now. Thank you very much. Please call back. We'll take your call and you can start all over again. It's 9:24, 28:29. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue with this discussion, so don't go away.
Liverpool are majestic. You can't coach against this.
City have to defend for 6 minutes. They do not want to attack this. Felon Mendy across into the penalty area, headed down by the Madrid players. Still Madrid hopping around City's penalty box. A chance could come for them. It's 1-1 on the night. It's 4-5 for Nabigate. Here it comes. It's a 2-2. They are back.
Incredible. Well, one of the great nights as a radio football commentator, certainly. Was special. You could sense it. I literally could sense a potential comeback, and it wasn't surprising it happened. But how I was still able to articulate my words after that goal came in, something magical. So one of those great nights.
Thanks, Alexander.
Liverpool are majestic. You can't coach against this. I'm a sucker for trends. If he wasn't a Liverpool player, I would wear a jersey with Trent at the back. That was special. It was a free kick from about 40 yards against Chelsea, a team I started fancy. It was special, and I fell off the seat. It's a classic. I don't think any commentator has been able to do that.
Every day is a new experience for me here. And look, see how excited I was coming into this studio. It was like a kid in a candy shop. What I enjoy doing the most here, let me put it in my own words, is Dear Bumi, because it's relaxing, it's hilarious. And of course, I for the life of me, I would never miss doing programs with Sheriff in the morning. It's one of the best. That's what keeps me alive and going. I think the one that I would remember the most, believe you me, is the one I did with Made Kuti, Femi's son. Every time I looked at, every time I think of the young guy, I feel so inspired because I'm always thinking of tomorrow. I'm youth driven. I'm not saying I'm a youth, but I'm youth driven. Oh, the best thing about being a radio show host is when people hold your hand in public, they pray for you, they send you messages and appreciate what you're doing. Because it's, apart from it being a big job, it's a sacrifice. If you want to do this job well, it is a big, big sacrifice. I'm not known to be a liar. I'm somebody who, and the reason why I don't lie about certain things is I don't want to be caught out. Okay, so if I overslept, you hear me on radio saying, sorry I came late, I overslept. I don't want anybody telling me that this is what happened. I'm very conscious of that. So I don't think I ever lied not to be on air. I'd have called ahead to say, because I'm a professional to the core, and you can ask those who work with me. If I can't make it, sometimes I'd call Sharif in the morning and say, Sharif, let me, I'm tired. If I'm tired, I'm tired, So I don't think I've been caught out as such. I can't remember any time.
caused by tooth holes called cavities. When you brush daily with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, its expert formula locks natural calcium in our teeth and helps protect them from cavities.
It's time to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in. Keeps cavities out!
Colgate is recommended by the Nigerian Dental Association.
Advanced Lafayette Microfinance Bank brings you New Year Bumper Series Promo 2023, where you stand a chance of winning several household items such as freezer, blenders, gas cookers, and recharge cards. You also get an additional 50% interest. Wow! To qualify, simply open a savings account with us and maintain a minimum balance of 5,000 naira in the account. Existing customers with dormant accounts and visit any of our branches to reactivate their accounts. Maintain a minimum of 10,000 naira and stand a chance of winning these mouth-watering prizes. Terms and conditions apply. For more inquiries, call 0700-023-8267. Advance. Growing together.
When you think of fruit juice and all the goodness that comes in it, think Chivita. It is many years of trust, quality, and all the goodness of fruit poured into one lovely pack with no artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives, specially made for you. And there is more to choose from. Whatever your preferences are, there is a Chivita for you. If you love an active life, there's Chivita Active. Or you can just relax and unwind with Chi Exotic. If you are the cool dude, say hello to Happy Hour. And if you are the explorer who simply wants to try something refreshingly different, Chivita Iced Tea is your drink. However you want it, there is a Chivita for you. There is a Chivita for everyone. So, what's your Chivita?
So the way you did since. Where that criminal? You must pay my rent today.
Oga landlord, calm down.
Officer, Dakun, I beg you to your law. Before you carry this criminal go, make him pay my rent first.
Oga landlord, them no dey carry me go anywhere. In fact, na personal security be this. My life don't change. Your wife been tell me say una wan sell the house for 150 million naira. Take am. Na the cash be this.
Yay! Na lie yo!
Na true, Oga landlord. With the one win for Mega Millions Naija Lottery. My life will change, oh!
Mega Millions Lottery. Will be Sonny. How I fit play now?
Oh yeah, sharply visit www.megamillionsnaija.com. Play and win. Message is you by Mega Millions Naija. Play it, win it. Not for those under 18.
Guy, I'm in front of your household.
God! What is this I'm looking at?
How fun.
Last, now you this changer at the pillow. Wait, wasn't it 2 days ago that you bashed your car? And now you're driving another one?
Oh boy, now blessings on blessings on blessings.
Hey! You just upgraded like that.
Guy, I beg be quiet. Is that how people buy cars? It's the car my insurance company, AXA Mansa, gave me while my car is getting fixed.
It's a lie. AXA Mansa gave you makeshift car.
Yeah.
The same company that took your car to Better Auto Shop, all within 24 hours.
Guy,
why you not show me the way? Before my insurance company make me pack car for 3 months, they jump boss round Lagos.
AXA Mentored Moto Insurance is the one-time insurance feels like an upgrade and leaves you wanting to say thank you for what you truly deserve. Visit www.axamentor.com or call 0700 AXA Mentor today. AXA Mentor.
We report, you decide. Topical conversations that matter to you.
There are people for personal, religious, whatever reasons who do not want to take a vaccine. And I think they have the rights.
They cannot go to us to stop insecurity. It's to force people to take vaccine. Let them come and kill me. I can never take it.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is Daily Digest with Jimi Disu.
Yeah, you're welcome back to the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu, and I'd like to read some reactions that I got today from certain persons. I think they just want to make it like a private whatever, but let me read it out. It says, "Good morning, she disagrees with me on CBN. Disagree with you on CBN. Please put yourself in other people's shoes. There are cash-based businesses. I, for one, have POS machines. they don't always work. No network, POS bad, etc. Don't always get money when POS is used. Not saying don't change the money and cashless policy wrong, but make sure machinery is working. We have lost a lot of money through these machines. Give us 45 days to go cashless because of politicians, then you don't make money available. Incompetence at its highest level. You think the politicians don't have the new money in millions? They have, Jerry. Maybe, maybe not. What I'm thinking is, if you have a legitimate business, you cash your money, you bank your money every day. If you need cash, you can either go to the bank or go to the ATM. But 90 days certainly is enough for you to get that organized. Unless there's more than meets the eye. I mean, you can bank. Nobody has said you can bank your money every day. And if you do need, you go talk to your bank manager. If he gets to that, you can get over the counter. What I'm saying is that we shouldn't be encouraging people to load cash in their homes. All over the world, we're trying to discourage that because of crime and because of things like this. What are you doing keeping billions in your house? If the billions are legitimate, one visit to the bank would solve it. If you're a car dealer or whatever it is and you have your evidence, you can go there and deposit it and you're credited. And then you write checks and do transfers as and when due. Okay, so that's my reaction to that. I have another one and says, Uncle Jimmy, good morning. I hope your day is going well. I went to 4 different banks yesterday, even to Ikoyi Club ATM, and none had cash. I think the politicians are colluding with the banks and have started mopping up the new notes. What do we, the masses, do? Now, that's a serious one now. That's where the DSS and the EFCC come in. If you suspect something going on, go smoke them out. Go smoke them out. But what I'm saying is, we can't have an endless timetable to return money. Then the purpose is defeated. You can't run away from the fact that the purpose in itself is to catch criminals unaware, people who stock up money in their homes. I mean, if your money is legitimate, see, if you look at the videos on the social media, you need to see the kind of stinking money and whatever that is brought out from holes, from soakaways, from the cemetery, and so on and so forth. Especially those in public service who do not know where to run to when they've amassed so much wealth. You know, so I still stand with the president on this. And even if there's going to be any extension, I think 2 weeks is enough for you to tidy up. If you have your cash at home, first of all, go and deposit it in the bank. Haba. Okay? And how much cash would you have at home anyway? And there's Kunle Uthman. Also, he wrote a letter to the CBN, and the source of letter is cash at ATM machines in Lekki, Lagos State, no money dispensed. The new policy is being frustrated by commercial banks and outlets. This could be a campaign to raise, maybe the politicians have infiltrated even the CBN and the banks, so that the time can be extended for them to bring their legitimate funds. Who knows? Who knows? Which other one do I have? Okay, let me give you time to call in. Okay, let me give you time to call in, and so like I said, just go straight to the point. It's 1 minute per caller, and we'll be able to take your views. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, this is Pastor Ladipo. I'm calling from Lagos.
Yes, sir.
Uncle Jimmy?
Yes.
My take this morning is this. I want to support what Bola Ahmed Tinubu said.
Yes.
That they are trying to frustrate. You know, he's a master strategist.
Yes.
This is one of the strategies they normally use in Lagos. Anytime election is coming, they will make things easy for people. And people's mind will just change overnight and say, they are going to do better. Are you getting my point? So at the federal level now, they are trying to make things a bit frustrating. He's not understanding it. You know, when you are playing local league and you go to Champions League, you see some different things entirely.
Yeah.
So this is what is going on. Sir, sincerely speaking, there is no ruling party that wants to win an election that a month or weeks to that election, they will not make people feel a bit happy. What do you think gave birth to trader money? Is it not to appease the minds of people? Think about it, sir.
Okay.
So if that is the part of the strategy that is being used in Lagos.
Okay, as a pastor,
yes, sir,
and a man of God, would you still advise Asiwaju to keep going to Abeokuta, because it appears as if it is when he goes to Abeokuta that things like this
are happening?
You remember he was when he went to Abeokuta,
he said
instead of Olule. But do you think, let me ask you, Pastor, talking seriously now, do you think that last incident of Olule and so on and so forth, do you think that he's been punished for making that statement?
Let me tell you, sir, for real.
Yes.
Nigerian politicians, especially these Fourth Republic politicians, they don't forgive themselves easily. They carry a lot of grudges, so they take advantage of every single opportunity they have to deal with each other. Even the ones, that is why they will tell you. That's why they came up with this popular quote that says that 24 hours is a long time.
In politics?
In politics. Think about it.
Oh, okay. Talking about 24 hours being a long time in politics.
Yes, sir.
Do you think there'll be any attempt at the back end to resolve these differences?
There might be. There might be, because I know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for once, he has a way of getting into the hearts of those people there. And I believe he's doing all he can to do it, to get there. So before he could voice out at Abeokuta yesterday, he would have looked at some things that these things are not gelling together.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And God bless you. I have another caller there. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, this Friday from Igwelere.
Yes.
Yeah, Uncle Jimmy, I want to ask, if person like Tinubu is complaining, who have enough in his account, what do you want people like us to do?
How do you know he has enough in his account?
Person will get bullion van for a house.
No, that bullion van just passed by. Nobody say, now you get the bullion van.
Uncle Jimmy.
Yes.
People have been saying that the time is too short. Is there any time? See, like when the NIL issue came up.
Yes.
The time is too short. They keep on extending it. You know that today, some people did not even register their life.
I know.
So even though you give Nigeria 1 full year, see, Uncle Jimmy, we will still complain.
Yes.
For me, I don't think that Tinubu have any reason to complain. If you see, election is not about money now. Is he ready? Is he telling us now that he want to spend money, he want to spend the old loads to buy people vote? It's not the only candidate now. Okay. Why is it that it's only him cry that is targeting at him? They are targeting him. Who is targeting him?
Okay. Fair enough. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Jimmy.
Yes.
I think majority of Nigeria that getting this issue is wrong. Tinubu does not say they are targeting him, but because Buhari is the marketing APC.
Oh, it's the marketing APC?
Yes.
But in the marketing APC,
hello, sir.
In the marketing APC, he is most affected.
Tinubu is the person, because if Buhari doesn't have anything to gain in Nigeria anymore, he wanted to be very, they have become very true Tinubu. He don't want any other person to go there beside Hausa. That is exactly what is happening. That is why he wrote the policy of Buhari all these days.
Oh, I see. Okay. I get what you
mean. Yeah, I've not favored any Nigerian, and that is what is continuing up to today. I remember vividly, immediately this man closed borders. Actually, went to him at Abuja, say, Nigeria people are crying. Open this border.
Was it publicized in the paper? How did you know he went to him? How did you know he went to him?
I know, he said in the television, paper carried then.
I didn't read it in the papers. Did you read it?
You did. Maybe you are not in Nigeria then.
But I read papers on. But I understand. Look, listen. I understand. It is important. Sorry.
Ask any other person. If Tinubu did not go to Abuja to meeting that it will open border. Nigeria are crying.
Okay, fair enough. I know Buhari has been accused of nepotism in the past. There's no doubt about that. But I don't think it gets to the point where you'll be accusing the president that he doesn't want anybody but somebody from the north to. I mean, come on, give me a break. That is not. He cannot even make that happen. He's been accused of nepotism in appointments and so on and so forth. Everybody knows that. But to say that that he doesn't want any other person, we can't be ruled perpetually by one set of people. In the past of Obasanjo, whether you like him or not, he won elections back to back with northern votes too. Let's stop all the time, casting. We need to have a united country. We need to have a united country. And one of the reasons why I'm very particular about hoping that one day we will have a president from the East is that by the time that goes round, we can then go back to merit. But you've had from the North, you've had from the West, we've had from the South. It would be nice to have from the East. After that, because remember that democracy is work in progress. So I wish we won't be harping on these things. I always remember that MK Abiola won in Kano. MK Abiola won the elections in Kano, where you had the Kano citizen, on the ballot. He defeated him. So let's start casting aspersions on Northerners as if all they want at all times is power. These things are sometimes done to dabaru our minds. Like those who say that Yorubas have been cheated. I'm a Yoruba man now, square and square, but I know that our people we have been the biggest beneficiaries politically. I mean, don't let these people divide us and deceive us. We have been the biggest beneficiaries, like I said, two-term presidents, two-term vice presidents, speaker, almost about 4 times. I mean, come on. Let's take another one here. Hello, good morning.
No, yeah, good morning. I'm calling back. You asked me to call back.
No, it's 1 minute. I asked you to come back. Yes, I remember.
You asked me to call back. Yes, I didn't complete my information, my contribution then. Okay, the last person already said it. He said the president is trying to demarcate his party.
Yes.
If you look at this party, it's a bunch of strange fellows. They are not united. That's on one point. Then why are we focusing more on the presidency? Look at UK here. It's the council, the local council that is doing everything, virtually everything. And things are working here. So why are we not focusing on down to the local level? It's a pity. If you see things, you are a British, you know how this thing works.
Yes.
I'm so disappointed. We should forget about the presidency and focus on the local politics.
Thank you very much. The sad thing about your analysis, I mean, it's true. But the sad part is that the local governments themselves have bound themselves to the Philistines on their own. They oppose direct funding, the local governments themselves, because they've been intimidated by the politicians. So we have a much bigger problem than you imagine. But what you have said is absolutely correct. Absolutely. Until we have independent governments at local government level and not political appointees, then we'll begin to have what you call a proper democracy. But I plead with Nigerians, please, let's talk less of these tribal sentiments. These things are made to divide us. They are made to divide us. I know friends who have lived in the North virtually all their lives. Okay? There's discrimination. Yes, even in Lagos here, there's discrimination. The indigenous, people who believe they are indigenous, of which I'm one, believe, that. So there's always discrimination left, right, and center. But let's harp on it. Let's harp on development. Look at the United Kingdom. It's being run by an Indian indigene. The mayor of London is Indian. His deputy is Pakistani. And life is going on. Life is going on. Let's stop emphasizing these things. All this will be de-emphasized the day we can put our hands on corrupt practices. If we have less hands in the cookie jar, then people who want to serve will emerge, and it wouldn't matter. It's like somebody telling me today now, if Mara is coming tomorrow, by the way, he's coming tomorrow, he'll be here at 9 o'clock. If he wants to run for governorship of Lagos against some of the past governors, I will lead his campaign. Because at the end of the day, what do you want? You want your state, local government, country, you want it to be up and running. It's not all of us that want to be contractors. Nothing concerns me. I have my training, I have my job. But I would want somebody to... That's why if I keep saying these things, it's always talk. In Fashola's time, I did my job with so much ease, it was unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The simple example I can give you, Then the station I was broadcasting my programs were in Ikoyi, and sometimes I'd leave Ikoyi to go back home to pick up something in Sulere and come back within an hour. That's what I call governance. I don't care where the governor comes from, as long as we can get these systems to work effectively. Environment clean, no agberos, to continue good, no tolerance for agberos. What use is it for me if you have an indigene who cannot get the state running? Of what use is it to me? Just the beauty of looking up and saying, this man is from my town. Does governance end there? No. When I'm approached for some of these things, I just tell them, I'm not a contractor. I don't want to supply yoni. I don't want to supply letter-headed paper or call cards. I don't want to supply cement. These are the people that cause the problem. Most of the politicians live on state and therefore want to cause confusion just so that they can be closer to the cookie jar. That's what I believe. 9:49, I can take just 2 more. Have I heard any feminine voice? This is sad. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, this is Joseph calling from Okota.
I have an echo, so I need to.
I'm away from the radio.
No, I have an echo. I've told you, don't use speakerphone. Don't talk.
I'm away from the radio now. I'm far away from the radio.
Oh, well, you could have been far away from the radio when you called. Very quickly, let's go.
Yes, sir. For me, Tinubu's complaint shouldn't have been. Though I believe strongly that everything that is happening, like you mentioned about fuel, they are all just for the election. They want to cut down to restrict movement. I believe so.
How does sorry, no vex. So, how does restricting movement affect elections? I mean, it's not election time yet. Maybe they'll be fuel, but as it is now, how does it? I don't understand, because fuel is crucial. The nation must move. It's bad that we have fuel crisis. Please, nobody should say that I'm justifying fuel crisis. No, but I'm just wondering, why would you do that to sabotage the elections? How does that happen? In Don Luleo. So let's take another one. Hello, good morning.
Finally, Okujimi, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Quick one. I want to talk about the posters.
Yes, go on.
Gandor, you know the road they call Bodilon, right?
Yes.
All the way to Girard.
Yes.
This billboard, very fine pictures. Uncle Jimmy, as I'm speaking with you, those things disappeared.
Wow.
I think it's wrong. Then for the president, you know, I didn't vote for him first and second term, but I said if he wins, become Nigerian president, I'll give him all my support.
Yes.
So this morning, I give him kudos. And I hear people condemning those of us who support Buhari. People are loving Buhari now. No, the truth is bitter. The man has said the truth. How much money do you have? 3 months, you can't change it. Uncle Jimmy, I have only 600 naira to 200. 3.
Yes.
If I forfeit that one, at least I'm okay. I'm good to go.
Okay.
So the man is right. I give him that kudos this morning. Thank you, Uncle Jimmy.
All right. Now, people should understand that there are loads of people like us who could not be bothered who the president or governor is, as long as they're doing right or wrong. If they're doing right and we have reason to praise them, so be it. If they're doing wrong, we will highlight it. It doesn't matter who is there. I remember, for example, my personal experience. Maybe some people thought I was highly critical of the government. Of course, I would be. But when the government seized vehicles and the governorship aspirant of the PDP, was trying to ridicule that process, I stood with the governor. Okay? Of course, I got insulted that the governor had given me money. That was a childish thing. I didn't bother my head. But I stood with the governor. Understand that some of us are not propagandists. And we don't bother so much about who the president is, but what is happening. So like Chris said, he's not saying that, you're now supporting Buhari. You're not. That's an infantile way to look at it. It's simply, look, this time around, I'm highly critical of Buhari in a lot of areas. In this one, I think he got it right. I got to go. I'll be here tomorrow, 9 o'clock, and by God's grace, sitting in this empty chair here would be Brigadier Buba Marwa. Let me say ahead of time that we are going to talk about the drug trade. So nobody should get overexcited about whether we're going to be talking about who developed Lagos or not. The man has moved on. And as far as this discussion, if I kept in here for 4 hours, we won't finish talking about the drug business. So I'm going to speed up my interview with him tomorrow, and we'll allow time for you to ask your questions too, and for him to give comprehensive answers. So the political jobbers or whatever it is can go look for something else to do. Tomorrow we are going to talk about the phenomenon of drugs. It is a big, 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 big problem that all of us have to help in tackling, and that's what I intend to do tomorrow. I got to go. What's Up Lagos will come up next. Don't touch that dial, whatever you do. Have a great day. See ya.